There are readers, and there are readers who write. At the age of 40, these are the books that moved me from being a reader to a reader who writes. So there are readers, and there are readers who write. There are probably also people who write and don't read, but I don't think I'd want to hang out with any of them. Now, was launching a career in writing and indie publishing after the age of 40 intimidating? Yes. Scary? Possibly. Not like real world scary, but internally, mentally, emotionally, very scary. And yet, I was reading these writers who put work into the world, and I knew I wanted to do my best to follow suit and to create for other people the feelings I got when I read their books. What books, you're asking? I'm so glad you asked. Thank you so much for being so interested. These books, starting here with this particular author, Sophie Kinsella. She's a Brit. She was not initially writing under Sophie Kinsella. She was writing under Madeline Wickham. And then she decided she wanted to write something that was maybe, I think, a little more approachable, a little friendlier and more personable. So she got into this Shopaholic series. Have you heard of it? This is one I actually had a friend pick up for me when in England because this is the UK edition. It's the Dream World. Here in the US, we know it as The Confessions of a Shopaholic. But I have, I think, almost every Shopaholic book. And let me tell you why I love her so much. When I started reading Becky Bloomwood, the main character of the Shopaholic series, what I was getting was someone who was funny, yes, and ending up in all kinds of hijinks, self-made typically. All of that was true. But what I loved was she was a little silly, but lovable. Someone, it was something, she was someone who you could both cheer on and laugh with. Maybe laugh at, but no more than when we laugh at ourselves. Kinsella always has, I believe, a really gentle touch with Becky where you can relate to her and you can see her ridiculousness, but you don't think less of her. Instead, she feels more human because she's a little bit ridiculous, the way we all are. And I could not get enough of this, especially when I was really getting into my reading as someone who would one day be pushed to write journey. Next up on this list is Marian Keyes. Not British, Irish. I started Lucy Sullivan is Getting Married, and it was just a little too heavy for my not yet fully developed brain. Flash forward to a couple of years later, and I landed on Watermelon, which is her first book, and I loved it. And then I picked up Angels, and I loved it. And then from there, I went through her catalog that was out, and I got to hear, look at this mass market paperback. Do you remember when we bought books and they were small and fat and kind of fell apart? But I have loved this book so well. This story, this was it for me. I was fully in on Marian Keyes, and to the point where I am now fully in on her all of the time. 3 different women, their lives intersect. They're not intensely related to each other, but each story is so engaging. Each woman's voice is so distinct. I loved the way she wrote. I loved her jokes. Her Irish sensibilities really shine through. It is just, she is a delight. Like, this is one of her most recent books. I've read everything. I've read everything at this point, and I have loved them all. They're wonderful. And I thought, if I could write a story half as compelling as her, half as compelling of making people want to turn the page, I would be doing something right. Then we land somewhere in my early to mid 30s, and I've come across a writer, really a researcher named Brene Brown, and I am wild about the work she's putting. I'm also thrown by it because it's intense and it's a lot, and I'm having to recalculate a lot of what I thought was true about my life. It was a big time. And in the middle of all of that, I see that Brene Brown has recommended Catherine Center. She is telling you that the Catherine Center is somebody worth reading, that this is an author who's writing genuine, authentic, heartfelt, encouraging stories. Sign me up. Please sign me up now. This is what I'm here for. So I started reading Catherine Center. From this to this to this. I have loved them all. I have more of them. I don't even know why I didn't grab the whole stack. Catherine Center's work told me it was possible to write thoughtful, compelling, sizzly love stories that also had heartfelt, tender, hopeful, hopeful messages just sewn throughout. They're beautiful. I loved them, and it just made me want to do the same. It made me want to do the same. And then we have this last author, not as prolific as the first three women I've shared. Those women have so many books. She has several books too. I came in on hearing about her when she wrote, I think, what's her first women's romance fiction. And it was a few months before my own book was going to come out. And I had a love-hate with this in the sense that I really wanted to read it. And I really didn't want to feel deeply jealous. And I thought both things would happen. I would love it, and I was very envious. And I was. And I still love it so much. And it's worth reading it because Annabelle Monaghan, Nora Goes Off Script. This book did it. Not only is she an excellent writer, she's telling a good story. She keeps it tight. It's not too many words. It's her descriptions. You know where you are without her going on and on. And she's got Nora at the age of 39 as a single mom of two, falling in love with a movie star, also 39, and you believe every second of it. It makes sense. It works. I loved this book. It's like an emotional support book to me. I will come back to it at any point just to sort of hang out with Nora again and remind myself you can believe in a big, wonderful romance that also feels small and grounded and ordinary. And what a gift. What a joy. So this book here was the one where I thought you have to keep going, because if I can feel this good reading this book at whatever age I would have been, already 40, then other women want to do this too. They want to see women who've been through a divorce, been through a heartbreak, have two kids that they're bringing with them into anything they get into next, and that they can finish a book like this and go, oh, I feel so swoony and hopeful and seen. And that's what the gift of this one was for me. So here we are for me, 3 books in and a new book coming out this summer, the beginning of a series of 4. And I can't tell you how happy I am that I took the plunge after an age when many people would say, you cannot do this. But at the age of 40, said, I am going to write a book and put it into the world. And then I did that. And then I did it again. And then I did it again. And I'm going to do it again. And what I would love to hear from you is, what are you doing that might be tough at the age you are, that might be surprising, that might scare the pants off of you, but you are willing to do it anyway? Because like Brene Brown has told us, it's something worth doing even if I fail. What's something worth doing for you even if you fail? I'd really love it if you shared that with me in the comments below. Let's chat about it. I would also love it while you're here, if you followed this channel, if you liked this video, and for sure, please, if you want to go check out any of my books, you can find the links in my bio. They're all pretty easy to access on Kindle, Kindle Unlimited, and on the Zon. If you're here in Knoxville, you can pick them up at local bookstores like Union Avenue Books and Good Girl Books Book Truck. But yeah, I would love for you to tell me below what's something for you that was a big deal or is a big deal, but you are plunging in anyway, and what's moving you to try it. Who are you watching? Who are you reading that makes you say, this is something worth doing even if I fail? Here I go. Let's talk some more.